I want to see Love Gilda, but maybe Jason has some other ideas. Jason Nathanson, ABC News Entertainment. Hello? Jason?
Hello?
Hey, Jason J. Kanzler and Kelly Jackson.
How's it going?
Very well. We were just talking about movies maybe we want to see this weekend. We want to hear what you recommend.
Well, there's 4 movies coming out this weekend. The one that I've seen is Life Itself. This is from This Is Us creator Dan Fogelman, who also wrote Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone a couple of years ago, a movie that I really, really liked. And this one stars Oscar Isaac, Olivia Wilde, Mandy Patinkin, Annette Bening, Antonio Banderas. You had a crazy, fantastic cast in this one. And the acting is good. Unfortunately, the script is just all over the place. This is 3 movies trying to be one movie, and it's just kind of a mess. Critics are really hating this online. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I didn't love it. It's very emotionally manipulative, as you know, Dan Fogelman is in This Is Us. That's the show where he purposely, I think, tries to get everybody to cry every week. And this one does have its share of parts where you're supposed to cry, but they're very telegraphed. So, you know, it's a decent date movie. You're going to come out of it feeling and talking about the concept of love, which I guess is a good thing. It's not a great movie, but it's an okay movie.
And I do usually like those movies where they have different stories and somehow they kind of intertwine in the end, but it just wasn't working, huh?
Yeah. And that's what Dan Fogelman does a lot, especially on This Is Us. He jumps back and forth in time, and he uses that device a lot here. But, I mean, they're just the different couples that we're with are just very different movies. I mean, the pacing of it, the energy, even the cinematography is so different from story to story. It's kind of strange. Even the language. The part of it is in Spain, and you know they're talking in Spanish for 40 minutes, which is fine. There's subtitles, and Antonio Banderas is fantastic. But it just feels like very different things are going on.
Okay, so maybe not that one. We'll see. What are you hearing about the Gilda Radner documentary? And then I guess Michael Moore's also got a documentary out.
Michael Moore's got a documentary out this weekend called Fahrenheit 11/9, which is about President Trump and the election and everything going on there. And, you know, it's more typical stuff from Michael Moore. So if you're a fan of his filmmaking, if you liked Fahrenheit 9/11 and Bowling for Columbine, you know, this is going to be right up your alley. If you don't like Michael Moore, this is not going to be for you. And especially in this kind of partisan day and age, there was a time where I think people who were probably maybe even gun owners and gun rights people who saw Bowling for Columbine and maybe got some of their thoughts changed a little bit about it, but that was a different kind of political day. These days, everything is so polarized. So the only thing a documentary by Michael Moore is going to do, it's going to strengthen the people that believe in him, and the people who don't believe in him, it's going to give them something to rail against. So he's not going to be changing anybody's minds with this, but he might be making some money this weekend.
Am I to assume that he is not a fan of President Trump?
I think that's a pretty fair and safe assumption, yes. This is Michael Moore we're talking about.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
What's this Jack Black movie?
That's The House with a Clock in Its Walls. That is of a dark fantasy comedy, family, kids type thing. It's based on a 1973 novel of the same name, which is very popular. Jack Black plays a warlock uncle in this movie, and this is the one that's probably going to win the weekend. We're looking at maybe $20 million. It's not going to be a huge weekend at the box office, but there is kind of a little bit of variety for everybody. If you want to go see, you know, anti-Trump stuff, you got that. If you want to go see a family movie, you got that. And if you want to go see a movie about love, you got that as well.
Very good. Jason Nathanson giving us all kinds of options this weekend. Do appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right.